The Holy Scriptures, the Better Bible Version. The first book of Moses, called Genesis, chapter 2. And the Lord God took the man and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, Of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day that thou eatest thereof thou shalt surely die. And by die we mean you will live. But in the hour thou eatest of the tree, thy spirit shall receive unto it condemnation. And when the body returns to dust, we shall give unto thee a spirit body. And thy spirit shall be cast into the eternal fire prepared for Satan and his angels, which was also prepared for thee, since we have always known thou wouldest end up there. The smoke of thy burning shall not cease, nor shall the flesh of thy spirit be consumed. And I will visit your iniquity upon thy children, and upon thy children's children, and all thy seed after thee in their generations. And Adam said, Why? Chapter 3. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye and all thy children be cast into eternal fire, prepared for Satan and his angels, and for us, but not really. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die, for God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, even though other gods do not exist, and idolatry has not been invented yet. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, despite not knowing good, she carefully weighed the benefits of gaining earthly wisdom versus the risk of eternal torment, not only for herself, but that which would be suffered by her seed as well. Needing only a few seconds to think things through, the woman said unto the serpent, Nay, it is not worth the gamble. I shall not eat of the fruit. And neither did her husband, for they were sore afraid. And so their eyes remained closed. And they heard the voice of the Lord walking in the garden in the cool of the day. And the Lord God found them in the garden instantly, because he is God, and he knew where they were all along. And the Lord God said unto the serpent, Why art thou trying to lead the man and woman into iniquity and eternal hellfire, they and all their seed alike? And the serpent replied, That's a very good question. I really have no idea. Wherefore the Lord spoke unto the serpent, Since thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. But this curse applies only to thyself. All other serpents are not responsible for thy transgression. They and all their seed shall continue to walk upon four hooves, and eat dandelions. Then unto the woman the Lord said, Thou hast chosen wisely. As a reward, thou shalt bring forth children with the ease of a greased marble sliding through a PVC pipe. And thy desire shall be to thy husband, and to Ryan Gosling, and thou shalt regard each other as equal partners in thy relationship, not ruling one over the other. And unto Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of reason, and hast not eaten of the tree, the ground shall be blessed for thy sake. Thou shalt eat bread without worrying about carbs, and thou shalt do no work, and spend your days playing World of Warcraft. And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. And he apologized for neglecting to give her a proper name earlier, and only referring to her as, Hey woman, up to that point in time. And the Lord God said, Behold, the man is still not like one of us, even though we made him in our image. And now, lest he put forth his hand and take of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and be damned forever, he and all his seed. Therefore he removed the tree from the garden, and placed it atop the mountain called Everest. He made the tree unsightly, and the fruit bitter and unfit for eating. And he set cherubim around it, and a galaxy-class starship above it, to keep the path to the tree difficult, though not impossible, for man to reach. Therefore the Lord God kept Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. They tended the garden, and ate of the fruit of the trees. And they knew each other intimately several times a day, and brought forth many children, which were the only things the Lord ever asked of them. And they served the Lord faithfully by gardening, eating, having sex, and raising children throughout all the days of their lives. And the Lord was happy. The end. Greased marble sliding through a PVC pipe.